Welcome everyone, it's Mike Newton in the swing studio here at Lytham Golf Academy. Just got a little review for you today with the new Cobra King F7 Driver. So a new offering from Cobra for 2017. The F7 obviously carrying on from the F6 they did last year. Just slightly revamped with a bit of carbon introduced into the crown to lower CG in the head for faster ball speeds, lower spin, increased distance. But they've also got a little bit of fine tuning on the bottom of the club, so you can see these weighted ports here. So the orange one is a 12 gram weight, the two black ones are both 2 gram weight. So by shifting these weights around, there's three obviously settings here, we can get a sort of lower launch, lower spin option with a heavier weight in the front of the head. With a heavy weight at the back, increases launch and spin for a sort of higher higher ball flight. And then moving the heavy weight into the heel of the golf club obviously promotes more of a draw biased option. So there's three sort of settings there to try and dial in for your specific ball flight and what you're trying to achieve. So I'm just going to give this a little review here. Obviously the loft setting here that Cobra done for a few generations now is basically you can have it anywhere from a 9 degree all the way through to a 12 degree with a couple of draw options in there also. So quite a lot of options in one, which is generally with the more modern drivers now, you've seen that in all sort of drivers really. I've got this in the Cobra stock shaft, which is a Fujikura Pro 60, and I've got this in an X Flex. So I'm just going to give this a hit. I've got it set at 9 degrees here, so I'm just going to give this a hit and give you some sort of numbers, a little bit of feedback of the looks, the feel, etc. I've got it set in the high launch option, so that orange weight is at the back of the golf club, so this is promoting a little bit higher. I think I might just after a few shots, we'll have a look at some numbers, and I'll switch that weight to the front and see if we can see some change of spin numbers, launch, and maybe see what that does to distance. Okay, so just have a quick look at it in its playing position. You see it's a I think a really beautiful looking golf club. It's a very high gloss finish on it. Obviously the Cobra logo giving you the alignment aid there in a crisp white logo. It's quite a large profile sort of from front to back here. You've just got that sort of little detailing on the back there, which is just highlighting that carbon there, which is 20% lighter in the head, which again is moving that CG. Just looking at it from a sort of slightly more face on option. Whoops a daisy. Okay, so there's the face of the golf club. So it's a really nice looking golf club there. Very sort of classic there, but you know, I think it's a very attractive golf club. I like that. Initial looks I really do like. Obviously a little bit close up there at the bottom, so you can see the weights there. The smart pad section of the golf club, which they've done in a few models now. So allowing that club face to still sit fairly square when you start altering the loft sleeve. Okay, so let's get the first one hit. Okay, as I said, it does look very nice when presented down by the golf ball. Do like the look of that. Let's give this one a hit. Yeah, that felt great. Really solid strike. A little bit high draw there. Yeah, good first shot there. That's getting out at 299, just one short of the 300 mark. Good start there. Felt really solid. I like the flight of that. Yeah, good strike. Definitely a high ball flight there, so maybe that weight's set at the back. Be interesting to see if I shift that weight forward, how that changes. Definitely seeing that high ball flight. That was bang on 300 there. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. It's definitely a high ball flight. Feels really solid. Liking the look of it. Really good good start for the Cobra here. Now they do an F7 Plus, which is like the slightly smaller compact version of this model. May do a review of that in a separate video. But this is the one that's the slightly larger profile head, which I'm sort of seeing here. Definitely larger from the front to the back. Let's give this one a hit. Lovely, like that. Really nice. Quite impressed with that. Again, fairly highish on the ball flight, but quite neutral. Getting. To tell you what, it's consistent. 299. So we've gone 299, 300, 299. Perfect. Love that. Okay, let's have a quick look at those numbers and see how that weight setting with the heavy weight at the back is giving me on the GC2 monitor. Okay, so there's the 3 shots you can see on the screen. Let's have a little look at some numbers here. So we've got ball speed at 164, pretty consistent there with that. Launching at around 12.1 degrees. Very little side spin, so that first one had a nice little bit of draw there. So you can see average spin there at 2762. So it'll be interesting to see with this weight forward now, or I'm going to switch it forward, where we can just drop that spin number down. Ideally, if we could drop that sort of 400-500 revs, we should expect to see a little bit more out of these numbers. So that was carrying at 278 and 299. Very consistent, those 3 hits. I like that. Okay, so here's a little close-up just of the club headed. Just take the weights out here. So here's the 2 gram weight, and this is the 12 gram weight. So just have a little look at the bottom of the golf club there. You see how I've just unscrewed those weights in there. So what I'm just going to do here is put this 12 gram weight right at the front there now, which is hopefully just going to lower this launch and spin, and be interesting to see what happens with that distance number. Okay, so I've got that heavyweight now shoved all the way forward, so the 12 gram weight way forward in the bottom of the head. So in theory this should just drop that launch a little bit and also get that spin just dropping down. Let's give this a go and see what happens. Yeah, good strike there. Little bit lower, that felt pretty hot off the face actually. Wow, yeah. 3-2-3 there. Just got that slightly high toe, which will probably drag quite a bit of spin off there. So maybe weight will have helped a little bit. Strike would have dragged a bit more spin off there. But that's giving me some really good numbers. A very neutral ball flight there, and getting out at 3-2-3. That's great. I liking that. Let's give this one another hit. Ooh, just a bit pushy. Still fairly high ball flight there, to be fair. Yeah, 292, just dropped off a little bit there. Just caught that a little bit toe again. Just slightly pushy. Yeah, lovely. Loving that flight. Really good. I think that's getting out there. Let's have a little look at that one. Yeah, 309. Liking that. Let's have a look at those numbers and see if that weight forward has dropped that spin down. It's definitely seen a little bit more distance there. One just dropped off because I just pushed it a little bit, but some real long hits in there. So let's have a quick look at some numbers. Okay, so there's the red ball flight there with the weight forward. So just had that one that just pushed off a little bit. There's the dispersion rings there. So fairly similar on the accuracy. Let's have a quick look at some numbers in more detail. Okay, so ball speed there, just down slightly. Did catch a couple slight toe there. Launch very similar. Again, strike will change the launch angle probably a bit more than what the weight's going to do. Here we go. We're seeing that spin come down. That's when I caught a fraction high toe, which has helped drag a bit off. But you see there, on average, I've dropped that spin down there. So possibly a little bit of strike to weigh into that. Yes, weight forward. It did feel a little bit hotter off the club face. Picked up a bit of carry distance there, 284 against 278, and also total distance there, 308. So I had that real long one there, carried out there at 295 because I really dropped that spin off there. That was a real hot one there. So yeah, probably a better setting for me in terms of that weight forward, but giving some really nice numbers. I love the look and feel of that. So there we have it, guys. The Cobra King F7 Driver reviewed by myself. That's an impressive driver. I like that. I think sometimes Cobra just sort of sits back a little bit from your big brands like TaylorMade, Callaway. You know, they get the forefront of the marketing and they really, you know, it's out there, isn't it? But maybe the Cobra sort of just sits there. But I tell you what, great products. You know, that is I'm really liking that. I'm going to hit a few more with that, I think, after I've done this video. But I think if you're in the market for a driver, I think that's quite a forgiving driver. You've got some good options there. We've changed it around. You've got the loft sleeve there to really dial in loft. Again, it all comes back to this focus of really getting custom fit for it. There's a lot of options, like with all the modern drivers now. You need to get fitted, get it into the right setting to suit you as an individual with the right shaft, and then I think you're going to get the maximum performance out of that. But really good driver, I'm impressed with that. Okay guys, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, just comment down below if you've got any thoughts with the Cobra. Have you been out and tested it yourself? Have you got one of these? You know, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Please share the video around, please subscribe if you haven't done so, and hopefully we'll catch up with you very soon.